My name is Ayana, and for the longest time, I struggled with being myself. Ever since I was a kid, everyone around me had an idea of who I should be. My family wanted me to follow in their footsteps, my friends had their own expectations, and even my teachers had a vision of who I should become. It felt like I was being pulled in 1,000 different directions, and no one cared about who I wanted to be. I remember one day in particular, when I was about 13. I had just gotten home from school, and my father started lecturing me about my grades. "Ayana, you need to focus more on your studies if you want to get into a good college," he said. But what he didn't understand was that my passion was in art, not academics. Every time I picked up a pencil to draw or write my lyrics, I felt alive, but my parents saw it as a distraction and not a determination. At school, things weren't much better. My friends teased me for being different. They wanted me to fit into their mold, to like the same things they did, to act the same way. It was exhausting, and I started to feel like I was losing myself. As the years went by, I grew colder towards everyone, because if they didn't care about what I was trying to be, they were getting shut out. Anyone who tried to speak to me got the same treatment they gave me. But, in losing everyone around me, becoming distant and withdrawn, I put the pen down. I stopped drawing, stopped writing, stopped dreaming, and started to feel like a shadow of who I used to be. One day, when I was at my lowest, I found myself in an old, dusty bookstore. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, just a place to hide from the world. As I wandered through the aisles, a small, worn-out Bible caught my eye. I picked it up and flipped through the pages, and a verse stood out to me. "Harden not your heart." It was as if the words were glowing in gold. Those words hit me like a bolt of lightning. It was as if God was speaking directly to me, telling me to let go of the bitterness and resentment that had taken root in my heart. I realized that by shutting out everyone who had a problem with what I loved, I had also shut out the possibility of loving and understanding for myself. I took the Bible home and decided then and there to make a change. I started by forgiving those who had tried to mold me into someone I wasn't. I opened up to my parents about my love for the arts, and to my surprise, they were supportive. They just wanted me to be happy, and they hadn't realized how much their expectations were affecting me. I also reached out to my friends and found that some of them were struggling with their own dreams as well. By being honest about who I was, I encouraged them to do the same. We started to support each other rather than trying to change each other. It wasn't easy, and there were times when I wanted to retreat back into my shell. But every time I felt myself hardening my heart, I remembered that Bible verse. I kept it close, as a reminder to stay open and true to myself. Now, I feel more like myself than I ever have before. I'm pursuing my passion for my arts, and I've surrounded myself with people who accept me for who I am. I've learned that being true to yourself is the most important thing you can do, and that sometimes the people who love you just need a little help to see the real you. So, if you're ever feeling lost or pressured to be someone you're not, remember my story. Remember that it's okay to be different, and that the right people will love you for who you are. And most importantly, remember not to harden your heart, because it's through an open heart that we find true connection and happiness.